Imagine stepping through a time machine right into the heart of a 1950s suburban wonderland, where every corner of the home reflects a story of innovation, optimism, and style. In today's episode, we're taking you on a nostalgic journey through the dazzling evolution of mid-century home design, a period that didn't just transform the look of living spaces, but redefined the very essence of what a home could be. From kitchens echoing with pastel hues and bathrooms that burst with color, to living rooms that invited warmth and connection, the 1950s were a time of bold experimentation and heartfelt creativity. Marvel at how open floor plans encouraged togetherness, while statement lighting became a beacon of modern elegance. Discover the secrets behind iconic furniture designs that continue to inspire contemporary spaces and explore the rise of the backyard patio, an outdoor escape that brought the community together under the sun. As we uncover these surprising stories, let your imagination wander. Which retro trend would you revive in your own home? Join us in celebrating this era of design where every choice told a story of hope and endless possibility. And don't forget, your journey into vintage charm begins right here. Close your eyes for a moment and picture this. Sunlight streaming through wide living room windows. A vinyl record spinning soft jazz. The faint scent of fresh coffee mingling with the promise of a new era. Welcome to the 1950s. A decade bursting with possibility, optimism, and reinvention. Nowhere was this spirit more alive than in the American home. Mid-century design didn't just change what our houses looked like. It transformed how people lived, how they connected, how they dreamed. Think about it. It wasn't just about the colors or furniture. It was about creating spaces that felt inviting, open, and full of potential. A time when dreams were built right into the walls and floors. The American home became a canvas for imagination and innovation. Imagine stepping into a living room where life unfolded in Technicolor. Low-slung sofas that whispered, "Stay a while." Coffee tables with impossible curves that became conversation starters. Those enormous windows weren't just for show. They invited the outside in, making even small homes feel expansive. The living room wasn't just a space, it was a stage for life's little moments. Neighbors dropping by, families gathering for TV nights. Friends laughing over cups of coffee, debating everything and nothing. Each piece of furniture told a story. Sideboards and warm teak spoke of craftsmanship just beginning to touch mass production. Accessories like starburst clocks and boomerang-shaped lamps reflected a love for science and space. Muted earth tones provided a calm canvas, while pops of tangerine or aqua shifted the mood in delightful directions. These were rooms both retro and timeless. They captured the essence of an era hungry for innovation. But it didn't stop there. The reinvented kitchen was about efficiency meeting joy. Bright, cheerful cabinetry in bubblegum pink or mint green. It was as if every morning held the promise of spring. Design wasn't just about aesthetics, it was about function. Metal cabinets with glossy enamel promised to withstand family chaos. Formica countertops made cleanup a breeze. Kitchens were evolving, becoming places for connection and creativity. Places where families laughed, experimented, and built traditions. Open-plan living began to change how homes flowed. Kitchens were no longer hidden away. They were vibrant hubs of activity, where the dinette replaced formal dining rooms. Casual breakfasts, homework sessions, impromptu parties. Kitchens turned into laboratories for modern life. Bathrooms embraced color therapy, offering seafoam greens and coral pinks. They became sanctuaries for personal care and self-expression. Bold hues transformed sterile spaces into retreats of optimism. Chrome towel racks, playful wallpapers, even frosted windows revolutionized privacy. Every fixture, every tile, echoed the era's desire for a better life. The dining room evolved too. balancing formality with the ease of cocktail culture. Elegance met relaxation in spaces designed for connection. Entertaining became simpler, more about togetherness than ceremony. Bedrooms followed suit, blending comfort with simplicity. Matching suites streamlined decisions but didn't stifle creativity. Personal touches, from atomic prints to whimsical wallpapers, brought rooms to life. Even children's spaces reflected the vibrant energy of post-war fascination. The backyard was a testament to reaching for the American dream. Patios transformed into lifestyle statements, inviting communities to gather. Al fresco living thrived under lights and laughter. A place where weekends revolved around the grill. A space crafted for stories, for connection, for optimism. Through every detail, mid-century design dared to dream bigger. It invited us to imagine a world filled with promise. And as you step into spaces today, feel the echoes of that era. An era that wasn't just about style, but about designing for a better life. Picture this, you're stepping into a 1950s living room. It feels like time travel, but it also feels like home. Those spaces weren't just rooms, they were the heartbeat of daily life. Imagine the sun filtering through big, welcoming windows, casting soft, comforting light across everything it touches. This was where life happened. Families gathered around those low-slung sofas, designed with such inviting curves, they practically begged you to sink in and lose a few hours. It's funny how something so stylish could be so comfortable, isn't it? Clean lines and gentle curves turned furniture into art, and each piece was a conversation starter. And then there were the coffee tables. The coffee tables with their splayed legs and impossible curves. They weren't just tables. They were storytelling stages. Friends debated everything under the sun over them, their voices mingling with the hum of everyday life. Don't forget the sideboards made from warm teak. They whispered tales of craftsmanship and quality, blending functionality with beauty in a way that mass production was only beginning to understand. It was as if each piece of furniture had a soul. The accessories brought a touch of the future into the room. Starburst clocks and boomerang-shaped lamps, they weren't just quirky, they were declarations. They spoke of optimism, science, and the allure of space travel. In a way, they were promises of a brighter, more exciting future. Have you ever wondered why these rooms feel both retro and timeless? The secret lies in the mix. Muted earth tones, like olive and ochre, created a calm, soothing canvas. But add a pop of tangerine or aqua, and suddenly, the entire mood transforms. Those enormous windows, though, they were something special. They blurred the line between inside and out, making even the smallest homes feel like they were part of nature. There was a seamless connection, a unity with the world outside. In these living rooms, design and life intertwined. Neighbors dropped by just to chat, and families gathered for TV nights that were events in themselves. It was a space for all the small moments that stitched life together, each one as important as the next. So, what was it about these rooms that made them so inviting? Perhaps it was the way they embraced the philosophy of form follows function, turning everyday objects into something sculptural and beautiful. Or maybe it was the sense of community they fostered, the way they encouraged you to sprawl out and stay a little longer. Living rooms of the 1950s were more than just a collection of furniture. They were spaces designed for connection, creativity, and above all, comfort. They captured the spirit of a decade that dared to dream big and design even bigger. These were rooms that held stories. Stories of families, friendships, and a world reaching for the stars. Stories that echoed a time when the future felt full of possibilities, and each detail was a step toward a better tomorrow. So, next time you see a low-slung sofa or a sideboard in warm teak, remember it's more than just furniture. It's a piece of history inviting you to sit, relax, and imagine the stories you might add to its narrative. Imagine walking into a kitchen that feels like a burst of sunshine. In the 1950s, the kitchen transformed from a hidden workspace into the heart of the home. Gone were the drab corners and utilitarian vibes. Now, vibrant colors like bubblegum pink, mint green, and butter yellow brought cheerfulness to every morning. It was like living in a permanent spring. But here's where it gets interesting. Design didn't just focus on aesthetics, it was about function too. Metal cabinets with glossy enamel stood up to the hustle of daily life. And those Formica countertops? They promised easy cleanups after family pancake breakfasts. Suddenly, the kitchen wasn't just a place to cook, it was a place to connect and create. Appliances started to make big promises. Imagine being told you'd have more free time thanks to a built-in oven or an electric range. The futuristic pop of fluorescent under-cabinet lighting made it feel like you were living in a sci-fi film. Checkerboard linoleum added a playful bounce to every step. Doesn't it sound magical? This wasn't just about efficiency, it was about joy. For the first time, families didn't just prepare meals, they built traditions. And as open-plan living became the norm, the kitchen table replaced the formal dining room setting. Breakfasts were casual, homework sessions were late night, and impromptu parties unfolded with ease. The kitchen evolved into a laboratory for modern life. Think about the feeling of gathering around a dinette, where laughter fills the air and time seems to slow down. It wasn't just a change in layout, but a shift in lifestyle. Families experimented with recipes, shared stories, and fostered bonds that went beyond mealtime. This was an era that blended efficiency with creativity. The kitchen turned into a space of pride, where every corner held potential for connection. As doors between rooms opened up, so did the opportunities for interaction. The kitchen was no longer just a cooking zone, it was the beating heart of the home's social scene. Imagine hosting neighbors for a spontaneous coffee chat right at your kitchen table. Or picture a family working together to whip up a surprise birthday cake. In the reinvented kitchen of the 1950s, these moments became the norm, creating memories that lasted a lifetime. And as modern appliances became more accessible, they didn't just make tasks quicker. They made them more enjoyable, turning chores into opportunities for creativity. With every gadget, there was a promise of more time for what really mattered, being together. So, the next time you see a kitchen flooded with natural light, or a countertop that's perfect for gathering around, remember, you're witnessing echoes from an era that dared to dream and design for a better life. It's a reminder that the heart of the home is a place where efficiency meets joy, then and now. Picture this, you step into a 1950s bathroom, and what greets you isn't just a room, it's a palette, a mood, a burst of optimism. Gone were the sterile whites of the past. In their place, a kaleidoscope of color. Seafoam green, coral pink, lemony yellow. Each hue a promise of something fresh, something new. It wasn't just about making a statement. It was about expressing joy, embracing change. The tiles, the fixtures, all coordinated in bold, unified colors. This wasn't about mere decoration, it was about transformation. Vanities were built in, ready to host daily rituals. Chrome towel racks gleamed like jewelry, catching the light just so. And let's not forget the wallpaper, a whimsical touch. Flamingos dancing, abstract doodles whirling. These walls didn't just contain water, they contained worlds. Privacy got an upgrade too. Frosted glass windows kept prying eyes at bay while letting sunshine spill in. It's like a spa retreat before we even knew what that meant. The fitted bathroom became a sanctuary. It offered smart storage solutions, making self-care effortless. Think of the comfort, the allure of having everything at your fingertips. Personal care was becoming more than a routine, it was a lifestyle. And in this haven, there was room to pause, breathe, reflect. A space where the worries of the world could be momentarily left outside. As you brushed your teeth, styled your hair, you weren't just preparing for the day. You were stepping into a world designed for you, around you, celebrating you. Bathrooms in the 50s weren't just functional spaces, they were personal retreats. Each detail thoughtful, each color a reminder of brighter possibilities. It was the dawn of a new era, one where every room had a story to tell. A space where optimism and comfort danced together like old friends. And as you take a moment to soak in the colors, remember the spirit they captured. The spirit of a decade that dared to dream, dared to color outside the lines. So next time you find yourself in a bathroom with a splash of seafoam green or coral pink, consider the echoes of that era, the warm whispers of a time that's both retro and timeless. The 1950s asked us to embrace not just a style, but a way of living. And in those vibrant, joyful bathrooms, we find a lesson in how to live. A lesson in the celebration of everyday beauty, wrapped in a kaleidoscope of color. So what do you see in your bathroom today? Is it a retreat, a sanctuary, a place where color and comfort meet? These spaces, they hold stories. Stories of past and present, of hopes and dreams. A reminder that design isn't just about function, it's about feeling. It's about crafting a space that speaks to your soul, that invites you to linger a while. And maybe, just maybe, it's time to tell those stories anew. Picture this, it's Sunday afternoon in the 1950s. The dining room is buzzing with the aroma of a roasted dinner, and you're about to step into a world where tradition meets the thrill of change. It's a fascinating world where the space is both formal enough for special occasions and relaxed enough for the vibrant new cocktail culture that's all the rage. Just imagine an elegant wooden table standing proud, its slender, angled legs a testament to the era's love of geometry and grace. The chairs that surround it are dressed in fabrics that invite touch, nubby, textured, and warm. Here, you can almost feel the simplicity of design blending seamlessly with comfort. Now, look up. Hanging above, a Sputnik chandelier catches your eye, its bold design echoing the excitement of space exploration and new frontiers. Alternatively, a minimalist pendant light might cast a soft glow, creating an intimate atmosphere perfect for both family dinners and lively gatherings with friends. Lighting, in this decade, wasn't just functional, it was transformative. But a dining room in the 1950s was more than just furniture and fixtures. It was a place of connection. Sideboards and buffets lined the walls, not just to hold plates but to showcase the treasures of the home. Wedding china, gleaming with memories, sat alongside the best bottles of bourbon, ready for toasts and tales shared among friends and family. Open layouts began to break down the barriers of the past, merging kitchen, dining, and living areas into one fluid space. This meant entertaining was suddenly easier, less about ceremony, and more about genuine connection. Large windows invited daylight to spill into the room, blurring the lines between inside and outside. Nature became a quiet guest at every meal, enhancing the sense of openness and welcome. In these spaces, mealtime was no longer just a routine, it was a cherished ritual. Whether you were sitting down for a Sunday roast with family or hosting a cocktail party that stretched late into the night, each gathering was infused with a sense of possibility and joy. The dining room was where stories were told and retold, where laughter echoed against the walls, and where each meal offered a slice of life served with a side of nostalgia. It was an era that dared to embrace the new while respecting the old, creating a balance that can still be felt in how we entertain today. And let's not forget the little details that added character to these spaces. From the soft hum of a record player in the corner to the feel of a well-crafted chair, the dining room was a sensory experience. Each element worked together to create an environment that was welcoming and warm. So, when you think of 1950s dining rooms, think of more than just the design. Think of the people, the moments shared, and the way light played through large windows as conversations flowed. It was a time of optimism, where every dinner was not just a meal but an opportunity to dream and connect. Imagine being a part of it. Imagine stepping into a dining room that feels both timeless and alive with history. It's an invitation to experience the past not as a distant memory but as a living, breathing part of our present day. As we leave this scene, remember the magic of those mid-century dining rooms. The way they brought people together, celebrated life, and created memories that linger like the soft glow of a pendant light. The dining room was, and always will be, the heart of a home. Imagine walking into a bedroom where comfort and simplicity embrace you. In the 1950s, bedrooms were designed to be personal sanctuaries, places where you could truly express yourself. Back then, matching bedroom suites made shopping a breeze. You'd find beds, dressers, and nightstands all perfectly coordinated. But the real magic happened when people added their personal touch. Bedspreads and curtains came alive with patterns, from soft florals to bold atomic prints. Each choice reflected the optimism and curiosity that defined the era. Kids' rooms were especially vibrant and imaginative. The post-war baby boom fueled a fascination with outer space, cowboys, and fairy tales. Walls burst with playful wallpaper, often featuring whimsical designs that invited children into a world of dreams. The bedding carried themes that sparked adventures, while creative lighting cast a warm glow over the entire scene. Imagination had no bedtime. It was in these spaces that dreams took flight. The idea of the master suite grew in popularity during this time too. A bedroom connected to a private bath was a novel concept back then. It set the stage for today's obsession with creating personal retreats within our homes. People wanted comfort, but they also craved a sense of luxury. And the master suite delivered exactly that. The bedroom became more than a place to sleep. It was a personal theater, a canvas for self-expression. People curated spaces that felt uniquely theirs, blending function with flair. Some rooms boasted a modern look with sleek lines and minimal decor. Others embraced vibrant colors and eclectic styles, showcasing the personality of their inhabitants. It was about finding joy in the details, whether through a favorite lamp, a family photo, or a cherished piece of art. Bedrooms in the 50s showed that personal spaces could be both practical and inspiring. They were places where stories unfolded. After all, at the end of the day, it's those personal touches that turn a room into a true sanctuary. And who wouldn't want a refuge that's a reflection of who they are? So next time you're thinking of changing up your room, consider channeling a bit of that mid-century spirit. Let your interests guide you and don't be afraid to mix things up. That's the beauty of self-expression. It's personal, ever-changing, and always a little exciting. Whether it's a bold wallpaper or serene color palette, let your bedroom tell your story. Remember, comfort and self-expression are timeless. And as you look around your room, perhaps you'll see hints of that era's influence, a reminder of a time that celebrated individuality and creativity. So, what would you choose for your sanctuary, a playful print or a calming hue? Whichever you go with, make it yours. Your bedroom is your retreat, a place to dream, to unwind, and to reflect. And perhaps, somewhere in its corners, it echoes the daring designs of the 50s. A space that's all about you, inspired by the past, but very much rooted in today. Imagine, if you will, a time when stepping out onto your patio felt like stepping into a new world. A world where the boundaries between home and nature were blissfully blurred. The 1950s brought the backyard to life, transforming it into more than just a piece of land behind your house. It became a canvas for dreams and a playground for community. Picture this: durable surfaces like brick or concrete, laid out in sleek, modern patterns. These weren't just functional, they were stylish foundations for what we now call al fresco living. And what better way to enjoy this space than with wrought iron and aluminum chairs, their splashy cushions teasing you to sit, smile, relax. The weekends revolved around the grill. Whether built-in barbecues or portable wonders, they were the heart of get-togethers. Neighbors gathered, laughter floated through the air, and stories unfolded in the warmth of camaraderie. Kids dashed in and out, their paths cleared by those newfangled sliding glass doors, connecting the indoors seamlessly to the outdoors. And the gardens, oh, the gardens! Planters overflowed with vibrant marigolds and cheerful petunias, their colors saying, "Welcome, come on in." As dusk settled, string lights or lanterns cast a cozy glow, turning each evening into a magical retreat. It wasn't just about leisure. It was about belonging, about forming connections, about the optimism that painted the future bright. The patio was more than just a place to sit and sip lemonade. It was where life happened. It was a statement of identity, a mark of success, and a testament to the American dream. This wasn't just about having space, it was about creating moments. People found themselves at ease under the stars, sharing hopes and dreams and maybe a few secrets. The outdoor space became an extension of the home, a place where family bonds strengthened and friendships blossomed. It wasn't just about the barbecue or the garden parties, it was about the feeling of community, an open invitation to come together. This era was all about innovation, and the patio embodied that spirit. It became a stage for social life, a place where memories were made and stories were told, all wrapped in the comfort of home. The spirit of the 1950s was alive and kicking, and it found its perfect stage in the great outdoors. So as you imagine those lazy afternoons and lively evenings, think about how the patio wasn't just a design trend, it was a lifestyle. A lifestyle that embraced change, welcomed new ideas, and celebrated the joy of living. What would it be like to capture that spirit today? To bring back the art of patio living, where every gathering felt like a celebration of life itself. It's fascinating how something as simple as a backyard could hold so much promise, so much potential for joy and community. It's a reminder that sometimes, the best parts of life are just outside your door, under the open sky. Perhaps the next time you step outside, you'll feel a whisper of that 1950s dream, inviting you to create moments that matter. Moments that echo the warmth, the togetherness, and the optimism of a bygone era. Now, let's talk about furniture, the kind that changed the world. You know those pieces that make you stop and wonder? That's the magic of mid-century design. It wasn't just about looks, it was about revolution. Designers like Charles and Ray Eames, Arne Jacobson, and Hans Wegner led the charge. They believed everyone deserved beautiful, functional furniture. And they didn't just say it, they made it happen. With materials like molded plywood, fiberglass, and stainless steel, they democratized good design. Suddenly, ordinary families could have extraordinary homes. Imagine sitting on an Eames chair. It's more than a seat, it's an invitation to experience genius. Form followed function, sure, but there was plenty of fun in the mix. This era was all about the atomic age exuberance, think bold shapes and unexpected materials. Modular and multifunctional pieces came to life. Remember nesting tables and sofa beds? Perfect for changing needs and smaller spaces. These designs didn't just fit rooms, they fit lives. They adapted, evolved, and thrived. Why are these ideas still around today? Because they knew how to capture both innovation and simplicity. It's the kind of timeless appeal that refuses to fade. Every curve, every line, was crafted with the future in mind. When you spot a piece from this era, you're seeing history in motion. A seamless blend of creativity and practicality. And isn't that the beauty of 1950s design? It's not just nostalgia. It's a vision of what home and life could be. These designers dared to imagine a world where style met substance. Their work continues to inspire and enliven homes across the globe. Take a moment to appreciate the genius. These pieces don't just decorate, they tell stories. Stories of hope and dreams, crafted in wood and steel. If these designers taught us anything, it's that innovation can be approachable. And that's a lesson worth holding on to. As trends come and go, the spirit of mid-century design remains. It whispers of an era where imagination had no limits, where possibility was as real as the seat beneath you. So, next time you see a sleek chair or a bold table, think of the legacy behind it. It's history sitting right in your living room. And just like that, the dream lives on. Through each piece, each story, each idea. That's the true power of furniture that changed the world. So, as we wrap up our journey through the vibrant design world of the 1950s, take a moment to see how these timeless touches still resonate today. Imagine stepping into a room where the spirit of that era whispers through every corner. The bold colors, the innovative shapes, and the welcoming spaces that invite you to dream. It's a reminder that design isn't just visual, it's emotional. Every piece of furniture, every splash of color, tells a story that connects us to moments of joy and exploration. So, I want to hear from you. If you could bring back one trend from the 1950s, what would it be? Would you choose the playful bathroom tiles that make every morning feel sunny and bright? Or maybe those sculptural lounge chairs that seem to hug you with their curves? Or perhaps the idea of patio parties under the stars, where laughter and stories fill the air. Whatever your choice, picture how it might transform your space, your mood, your life. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's start a conversation about which slice of mid-century magic you'd love to see make a comeback. And don't forget, the beauty of design is that it's ever evolving. The 1950s taught us that with imagination and optimism, we can create spaces that truly reflect who we are. So, why not bring a little of that daring spirit into your own home today? As you consider the possibilities, remember that every room is a canvas. A chance to paint with your own shades of history and hope. If you've enjoyed this journey into the world of home design history, make sure to subscribe. Join us for more adventures into the secret stories that make our homes unique. Because every detail, every design choice is a chapter in the story of where we've been and where we're going. Your story might just start with a single, unexpected shade of pink. Stay curious, stay inspired, and keep dreaming bigger. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.